Hi everybody, my name is Stefan Bolz. I'm the author of The Three Feathers, possibly the greatest adventure story of all times. Now I'll let you be the judge of that. But what I wanted to talk to you about for about 5 minutes today is wanted to introduce the book to you, wanted to introduce a couple of the characters to you, and read you one page of the book that might make it a little easier for you to decide whether or not you wanted to purchase the book or not. So here it is. The story of The Three Feathers is about a rooster, a wolf, and a warhorse, and their adventures in Hollow's Gate, which is a world that is very different from our world. It is basically, if you would imagine, a 5,000-foot drop down from, let's say you walk out the door and there would be a 5,000-foot drop down, and this world would have its own laws. That means the natural laws in our world are suspended. There is a mirror labyrinth where if you enter into the mirror labyrinth with your friend, once you're inside, your friend becomes your enemy. There are lakes down there that have no floors. The water just goes down, all the way down. And time flows differently there. That means, for example, if you would have 1 week, or let's say 1 day up here at the surface, you would have 1 week below. But if you have 1 night up at the surface, you would have 1 week of darkness below. And below is a 5,000-foot deep gorge that is about 50 miles in diameter. Straight walls all the way down, and nobody who has ever gone down has come back up. And Joshua, Gray the wolf, and Creek the warhorse, they have to conquer that land. They have to pass through that land in order to come into the mountain to find the 3 feathers that Joshua dreamed about. And he had asked Gray and Creek, his 2 companions, to help him in his search, and the 2 of them have agreed to find it with him. So what I wanted to tell you about now, before I actually do that, I want to show you. Now, over time, some of my friends have given me little items. This is Creek. It's not totally focusing. This is Creek the warhorse. There we have Joshua, Gray. This is Wind. Wind is a Pegasus that is frozen in stone for 900 years, and Joshua, Gray, and Creek free it. And because they freed it, they are going to be more in danger than before. So this is just a really great adventure story. So if you like to read, I'm sure you're going to love this book. I'm going to read you one page from it. I'm going to read you one page from, let me see, from here. I think this is chapter 12, and chapter 12 is called Refuge. And what I forgot to tell you just before is that in this world, Hollow's Gate, that they have to go through, 4 times a year there is a deep freeze. For about 6 hours, everything completely freezes over. And if you're not in a certain spot high up, inside a tower, high up, you freeze to death. So Joshua and Gray, the wolf, are now together. And here is where what I'm going to read you starts. Joshua heard the noise when they first stepped onto the stone dam. It was the sound of cracking ice. The lake began to freeze. The cold air suddenly hit him full force. Breathing became difficult for Joshua as they made their way across the narrow dam. He saw the edges of the lake turn into ice and the ice moving in their direction from all sides. The area where the dam met the shore was also already completely iced over, and when Joshua turned his head for 1 second, he saw that the ice extended up the hill from where they had come. And then, suddenly, the sound of the freezing water was overpowered by yet another sound. It was the sound of hundreds and hundreds of feet crawling over a glassy surface, creating a wave of noise of otherworldly proportions coming from behind them. This time it was Gray who turned his head. What he saw was beyond anything he could possibly describe. Out of the holes in the ground came the spiders. First dozens, but then hundreds of them, their bodies covered in long hair. They came crawling with immense speed down the hill and toward the tower. They must have been 3 to 4 feet wide and at least 3/4 the height of the wolf. The sound was deafening and so terrifying, Joshua flew higher and faster than he ever thought he could. When they reached the other side of the dam and the stairs, the spiders had reached the ice-covered lake. The wolf ran up the stone steps, taking 3 or 4 at a time. He arrived first at the plateau with the large door. As Joshua flew up the stairs, he heard the wolf in his thoughts. "The doors, Joshua. The doors are closed. We can't get inside." Joshua reached the plateau. Behind him the ice crept into the boulder. The spiders were about halfway across the lake. And Joshua felt suddenly that this was it. That this was the end of his journey. It was either the spiders that reached them first, or the ice. It did not matter. He didn't think his end would come like this. He was always convinced it would be from a predator, like a fox or an owl. But not a spider 4 times his size, or temperatures that could freeze one's breath and turn it into icicles in a matter of seconds. Gray and Joshua looked at each other, for an instant wordlessly acknowledging their friendship to one another. Then they turned to face whatever it was that would reach them first. So if you like this little excerpt, I'm sure you'll love The Three Feathers. It's a great adventure story. It has great characters in it, and it's only 200 pages, so you should be able to read it in a whole day, maybe 2 days. Okay, have fun, and if you have any questions, you can always email me or go to my website, thethreefeathers.com. Thanks so much. Bye.